Hey, what's up, YouTube? Joe again from Grindhouse Grotto. And I got a movie haul from hell here, okay? I'm not going to go through every single title that I picked up, but I got quite a bit of VHS tapes from a local Goodwill. Got a couple Blu-rays as well. I'm just going to go over the my top finds that I've had for this week. I didn't go out and do any DVD or Blu-ray shopping. I just haven't really seen anything that I've really wanted. I've been really sick for about 2 weeks now. I've been battling these allergies, and just it's evolved into a sinus infection. I've got a little bit of respiratory problem. I've got asthma. I mean, I pretty much got every allergy known to man right now, and I've just been struggling. I've been basically in a Benadryl-induced coma for 2 weeks now. So I mean, there's a lot of videos I've been wanting to do, a lot of reviews, and I've kind of had to settle for these movies or these videos. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into what I've got this past week. First up, my local Goodwill, Carnival of Souls, Wes Craven Presents. Pretty cool film. I must say, I'm kind of like, I'm not really a big fan of these Wes Craven Presents, John Carpenter Presents, George Romero Presents. I feel like you're either in it or you're not. You can't be half on the horse, okay? And that always bugged me when I see these Wes Craven Presents or John Carpenter Presents or whatever the case is. I feel like they're in it to cash in, and that's pretty much it. They get their name attached to the movie, but how much influence did they actually have on the film? And I think that's what we get here. I haven't really heard too much about this film. I've seen it a few times. I thought it was a pretty decent film, with all being considered, but it doesn't really feel like a Wes Craven film to me. But yeah, nonetheless, I picked it up. I'm going to have to check it out. I haven't seen it in a long time, so figured I'd give it a shot. Next up, I actually ordered this from eBay, and that's Manhunter. Classic Michael Mann film. I love William Peterson. He's one of my favorite crime actors from that time period, from the 80s. His most recent success is in TV acting. He's done the CSI shows. It's pretty much has been his call to fame in the early 2000s. He hasn't really done much in the last couple years, but I really dig his portrayal of Will Graham in this movie. It's one of my favorite Michael Mann films. Pretty cool stuff. Next up, got Pumpkinhead, another classic film. I dig the hell out of this cover art here. I think it's really cool. I like that a lot. I ended up putting these in these cases, by the way. I didn't buy them in the cases. I put them in the little protective sleeves when there's something I really like and I want to preserve them. Next up, got The Cell. Awesome movie. Can I not say about Jennifer Lopez? She's amazing. I don't really dig her too much as a musician, but as a movie star, I think some of her movies are pretty good. I think she does a good job. I think she's better as an actor than she is as a singer, to be quite honest. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't think she's an amazing actor, but I think she's better as an actor. Yeah, it's a pretty cool movie. It kind of reminds me of Hellraiser a little bit. I guess not as graphic as Hellraiser. I mean, it's pretty graphic. It's more suspenseful in The Cell, though. It's got a lot more suspense. Really cool film, though. Next up, been slowly building my James Bond VHS collection. So I picked up Thunderball. Got this from the Goodwill. It's actually in really good condition. Really cool find here. It's probably my favorite out of the Sean Connery James Bond films, the earlier ones. Pretty cool. Then we got The Final Terror, a really highly underrated slasher film from the early 80s. I think this was 1981, if I'm correct. I believe it came out in 81. Yeah, I think it came out in 81, but this actual VHS release was in 84. Not many people talk about this. Kind of flies under the radar. I mean, I can understand why people are just not fond of this movie. I mean, it has a really low body count. It's not that graphic compared to other slasher movies. I just dig it. I like the overall story of this film. I like the, being out in the woods, the creepiness, the atmospheric. It's really atmospheric. I don't know. There's something about this. There's some kind of charm to this film that I really like a lot. It's definitely one of the slasher films that I reach for quite frequently. And I own the Blu-ray release from Scream Factory that they did a couple years ago. They basically put together all these different cuts of the film that, films like these that kind of maybe had a limited run or they just weren't very, popular films. To find the original film reels is very tough for these because the people back in the day weren't really thinking when they were making these films like this. They were thinking they were just going to cash in, they were going to make a little bit of money, and then, get rid of the film. That's it. They just wanted to make money. And they weren't really thinking about the cult status these films were going to have, 20 to 30 years from then. So it's a damn shame that we can't find these films, and restore them. We have to basically resort to, digitally correcting old, VHS tapes that collectors have in their collection. But yeah, still all around really good film. It's definitely a lot darker watching on VHS tape. They lightened up the images quite a bit on the Blu-ray release. So it's actually kind of hard to see what's going on in this. That's my only complaint. But I like this film a lot, so I added it to my collection. I bought this on eBay. And that's it for the VHS tapes. Like I said, I ended up getting a ridiculous haul. I got all these from my local Goodwill. 25 cents a piece. There was a local video store about 3 or 4 towns away from me. About 45-minute drive from me. I actually used to go to that video store quite a bit. They closed down, and they finally sold off all their VHS tapes. I think they closed down like maybe a year or two ago, but they had all this stuff in storage, I believe. And every time I've gone into the Goodwill, their VHS tapes keep popping up. So, and it's like boxes upon boxes of these VHS tapes coming from that store. So I think they're trying to sell this stuff, and they can't sell it. So they're just donating it, and they're just donating it in bulk. And I've been literally buying all their stuff. Some of the stuff came from Movie Gallery. Not everything came from the same place, but a lot of it came from the same, almost 90% of it came from the same video store that I used to shop at a lot. There's a really good one right there, too. Faces of Death. That's a really hard one to find. It was banned, I think, when it first got released. It was banned in the UK and banned in the United States for a while. But yeah, these are all pretty common films, but it was pretty cool to add all this stuff to my collection. I'm not going to go through all of them. Alright, so I got a couple Blu-rays. I got the most recent Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales. My girlfriend is a really big Pirates of the Caribbean fan, and she's been wanting me to watch these films, so we've been watching all of them. And I have to say, I am now converted. I am now a Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I never thought I would say that, but these films are surprisingly they're not amazing films, but they're entertaining. They're fun to watch. I mean, you got to go into this just thinking, okay, it's a fun film to watch. It's not typically my type of film, but I do enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy these films, and I can now say that I am a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean. There's some that I like more than others, but I thought this one was pretty good. Out of all the ones we watched, and we still have the 4th one. On Stranger Ties. We didn't watch that one. We skipped over that one and we went to this one. So I've watched all of them except for part 4. From my understanding, part 4 is kind of its own little side story. So we skipped over that one. So I'm going to watch that one. We'll watch that one next. We had to take a little bit of a break because we were kind of, kind of getting burned out with the Pirates of the Caribbean. But yeah, we got this one. We just watched this here tonight. I thought it was pretty good. Next up. Excuse me, guys. I know I'm sick and I'm probably sounding horrible right now, but Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal on 4K. I love this film. I remember watching the hell out of this when I was a little kid. I love Jim Henson. I love the Muppets. I love this movie. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I best and believe I'm sick tonight, so I'm probably gonna bust this open and watch it tonight. And I'm really excited to watch this after a long period of time. I am so excited they actually put this on 4K. I never thought I'd see this in 4K. I had almost all but forgot about this film, to be quite honest with you. So when I seen this in 4K, I was like, wow, that's a strange release. That's odd to see The Dark Crystal and get a 4K release before a lot of other films, but I'll take it. I'm sure it looks amazing in 4K. Alright guys, those are my weekly pickups. So these ones right here. And these movies right here. And they are all going to be going into my movie room. So now that I've done my review, I can put them on my shelf and yeah, I'm excited. Alright guys, if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate you sticking through to the end. I know my sniffling, my little snort noises from being sick is probably annoying as hell. I'm sorry you had to suffer through this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite movie is out of the ones I got. I'm sorry that I didn't go through all of them, but it just would have been like an hour-long video for us to sit here and talk about every single one of them. So I kind of just picked out the ones that I thought were the best out of all the ones I got. So let me know what your best one, your favorite one was, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, guys, take it easy.